I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly, and we are back with another video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and checking out my channel. And if you're new, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. If you're into true crime stories, news, and politics, we get into it over here on this channel all the time, so I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're a returning listener or subscriber, then thank you so much for being a friend. As always, guys, please interact with the video, like it if you like it, give me a comment, and whatever you can do. I very much appreciate you guys, and it really does help me out, so thank you so much. And we're back again with another week of weird ass news, guys. And you know, the world, it just keeps on getting weirder. Okay, so we're gonna get into some things today, and let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And at the end of the video, give me a like. I would very much appreciate that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some weird ass freaking news. Okay, and as always, guys, we are going to start with a song, and here is our song for the week.
They took some cash from China, then smoked crack with a miner. Joe's memories declining, the Biden family. Old Hunter is a sleazebag, took bribes from Chairman G. Yeah, shot movies of his wiener, the Biden family.
Burisma. China.
What? Okay, wow. Just wow. I mean, it's all true. Was there a lie detected? I don't think so. I think it was all true. It fact check, true. Everything checks out here. So, yeah, a little remix on the Addams Family. I mean, except for the Biden crime family is a little bit scarier and a little bit spookier than the Addams Family. So, there you have it, guys. That's our song for this week. So let's get into the first piece of news. And have you guys heard about this story about this lady in Dubai apparently got arrested for yelling? Okay, can you believe it? Arrested for yelling? Where did they do that at, huh? So as it turns out, there's a little bit more to the story. This is an American woman, a black woman. Okay, can you? That's another thing I couldn't believe either. A black woman yelling? What? Where did they? I'm sorry. That's so bizarre and unusual. But yes, if you can believe it, a black woman was yelling in Dubai and got arrested, or so the mainstream media would have you think. So Dubai police actually released a statement in regards to the story, rejecting the claims that the TikTok trucker was arrested simply for yelling. So let's get into this article here. So, Dubai police have denied that an American woman questioned after a disagreement over rental fees was arrested for yelling at a car hire staff. So, reports in the U.S. claim that Tiara Allen, who has more than 180,000 followers on TikTok, was detained after screaming at staff at a car rental company. Dubai police, in a statement issued to the National, said an American woman was detained after she was accused of defaming an employee. So their statement read, the Dubai Police General Command firmly denies allegations made in some stories circulating in the media that an American woman was arrested merely for yelling in public. A Dubai police representative said, the reports present a completely distorted picture of the case. Dubai police received a complaint from a car rental office accusing her of slandering and defaming an employee amidst a dispute over car rental fees. The individual was questioned as per legal procedures and subsequently released pending the resolution of ongoing legal proceedings between her and the car rental office. So this story was blown up. And she basically broke the law. You know, they have much more strict laws in Dubai, which is why they're a serious country, and they actually have a nice, clean country, you know, where you can go and actually enjoy yourself. So she broke the law over there, and I guess it's like, you know, she was probably screaming obscenities, probably saying like, oh, you know, this, saying how bad the service was, or God only knows what she was saying. But she was accused of defaming, and that is illegal. It says here the punishment for publicly insulting another person in a way that may injure the victim's honor or dignity include a possible sentence of up to a year in prison or a fine of their money, this much of their money. Yeah, okay. So that's what this woman's facing. So they took her passport. From what I gathered from their statement, she's no longer in jail. I mean, our media has been like, saying that she's still in jail, she's locked up, she's like, they won't let her go, she's being held hostage. But from what they're saying, she was questioned and released, but they kept her passport because they want to make sure that the legal proceedings get taken care of. And so they don't want her leaving the country before she has to actually pay for doing what she's accused of doing. So, whatever. I mean, Dubai, y'all do what y'all gotta do, okay? Listen, I'm sick of these people in America going to foreign countries, acting the complete and utter asshole, and then they're shocked when there's consequences for that. There's many examples of this, guys. Brittany Griner. We just had a private in the U.S. military cross over into North Korea on purpose because he got in trouble. Like, it's just like, it's a fuck around and find out moment. So, I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for you, ma'am. It's not that serious. It doesn't seem like a serious crime was committed. I'm sure they'll treat you just fine. There could be worse things. So, good luck to you, ma'am. But I don't feel sorry for you. So, if you go to foreign countries and act like a complete and utter douchebag, these are the consequences. These are the consequences, guys. And we have to remember that. So, another example of this actually went viral over the past week. And this is another American acting like a complete and utter buffoon in London. Okay, we just reviewed one of her music videos on this channel. Check out that video if you would like. I will put a little card up here somewhere. And let's check out Sukiana in London, guys. Okay? Yeah. Here we go. Let me start this over because there's going to be some foul language to follow here.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched and eat a nigga ass. Eat a nigga ass. We be eating niggas ass today in London. Period, baby. I'm trying to get this coochie stretched.
Wow.
So, I'm trying to get my coochie stretched.
Okay. So this is how you act in public. Okay, first of all, like, there's so many things wrong with this. Like, on Twitter, people were saying, their opinion on what they thought was like the violation here, but I think the entire thing is a violation. I think this woman is a violation in and of herself. I mean, this is how people act in America, and it's disgusting, and people have gotten used to it, and they've gotten, like, absolutely, like, numb to it, but normal people don't act like this, okay? And you should be ashamed of yourself if you act like this, honestly. This is not cute. It's not funny. I don't care, like, what point, what shock value you're trying to provide. If you go to a foreign country and represent yourself like this as an American woman, a black woman from America, this is why people have a negative connotation and a negative impression of people like her. Okay? Not only just Americans, but like her race. Okay? She's a representative of her race, and I'm sorry, you make yourself look like a piece of trash when you do shit like this. So, like, just do better. That's really it. That's the whole thing behind it. I mean, these are like, elderly people who I'm assuming are from London or from England. They're locals there who are seeing this, and you just gotta be more self-aware. Like, why are you not caring what other people think of you in a foreign country? Like, do you not want to have a little bit of dignity or self-respect? Apparently not. So, alright guys, let's get into some of the other things that we're going to look at today. So there's a lot going on in Congress also this last week, and the mainstream media just was absolutely, like, silent on everything that was going on. Okay, so we had some IRS whistleblowers, we had some JFK testimony on censorship, and then we had a whole bunch of shit, guys. And the media doesn't want to talk about how corrupt Joe Biden is. They don't want to talk about how he is, basically a criminal. And it's shocking, truly. So I wanted to bring you guys some of this footage about what was going on. And this is in regards to RFK's testimony on censorship. We're just going to watch a little bit of this, and then we'll move on to the IRS whistleblowers. But basically, this was kind of shocking because the Democrats were going after RFK Jr., who they are pissed, okay, guys, that he is polling as well as he is polling, because they want to keep their little puppet in office. They want to keep Joe Biden, the empty suit, the criminal, who is, you know, basically they can manipulate and they can hold things over his head. They can basically do whatever they want, run roughshod over him, because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and he doesn't know where he is half the time. So the Democrats are pissed if anybody, wants to challenge Joe Biden in the upcoming presidential election, which RFK Jr. is doing and polling very well. So during this whole entire hearing, even though RFK Jr. is a lifelong Democrat, it was the Democrats who were attacking him on a not only a personal but professional basis, and just being really nasty. So let's get into some of that testimony, guys.
Which Mr. Kennedy is violative of. I move that we remove into executive session because Mr. Kennedy has repeatedly made despicable anti-Semitic and anti-Asian comments as recently as last week. Rule 11, Clause 2 says, whenever it is asserted by a member of the committee that the evidence or testimony at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate any person, or it is asserted by a witness that the evidence or testimony that the witness would give at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate the witness, and it goes on.
Shut
Mr.
up.
Kennedy.
The points that was brought up, I think an important point by the ranking member, that this body ought to be concerning itself with the with issues that impact directly the American people. The rising price of groceries, 76% over the past 2 years for basic foodstuff, the war in Ukraine, the inflation issues, the border issues, many, many other issues that concern us all as a nation. We can't do that without the First Amendment, without debate. I just was talking about my campaign and things, the conversation that we ought to be having with each other as Americans. But I was shut down, and that is why the First Amendment is important. Debate, congenial, respectful debate is the fertilizer, it's the water, it's the sunlight for our democracy. And by the way, I want to say this while I'm on the record, that in my entire life, and why I'm under oath, in my entire life, I have never uttered a phrase that was either racist or anti-Semitic. I have spent my life fighting my professional career, fighting for Israel, for the protection of Israel. I have a better record on Israel than anybody in this chamber today. I'm the only person who was publicly...
God forbid anybody say a negative word about the sacred cow of Israel. I mean, like, what? Every freaking time I hear this, it makes my skin crawl. Because, like, you know, who gives a fuck? I'm sorry for the language. I'm sorry. Why do we concern ourselves so much with Israel? Like, it's another country. We have a country. This is our USA. This is our country. Okay? So, like, who cares? Like, why do we have this, like, you know, dick measuring contest about who has supported Israel the most, and like whoever wins that contest gets a pat on the back and a gold star. It's like, who cares? Who supported America the most? Have you done, like, with all due respect, Kennedy, RFK Jr., I like you on some regards, I disagree with you on others, but I don't care how much you supported Israel. Can you go back to talking about this country and stop worrying about, what everyone thinks about how much you've supported Israel or not? Like, who cares? I mean, my God.
I want to say something I think that's more important, and it goes directly to what you talked about, ranking member, which is the need, this toxic polarization that is destroying our country today. And how do we deal with that? This kind of division is more dangerous for our country than any time since the American Civil War. And how do we deal with that? How are we going to, every Democrat on this committee believes that we need to end that polarization. Do you think you can do that by censoring people? I'm telling you, you cannot. That only aggravates and amplifies the problem. We need to start being kind to each other.
Amen.
We need to start being respectful to each other. We need to start restoring the comedy to this chamber and to the rest of America, but it has to start here. We have to stop trying to destroy each other, to marginalize, to vilify, to gaslight each other. We have to find that place inside of ourselves of light, of empathy, of compassion, and above all, we need to elevate the Constitution of the United States, which was written for hard times. And that has to be the premier compass for all of our activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to raise a point of order.
Oh, here she goes. Here she fucking goes. Mr. Chairman, these people are something else, dude. I said, like, it's like they don't even listen to people anymore. Like the Democrats, they just like it's the epitome of like listening to talk instead of listening to understand. Like they're just waiting till you're done talking so they can spew out their hate and their lies. It's like that whole hearing was a shit show. And like I said, I like a lot of what RFK Jr. says. I like him as a person. Obviously, he's like head and shoulders above any other Democrat as far as I can see, like who is running or even like, thinking about running. But, I just would never vote for a Democrat because of like the essential like disagreements I have with him on policy. But I wouldn't, if it came down to it, like, and it was like him or Joe Biden, I mean, duh, obviously. It's like, is that even a choice? So, yeah, the Democrats, they're assholes. They make me sick. They really do make me sick. And that was highlighted so much in these hearings that were done. So the other hearing that was absolutely explosive, that had so much information that was crucial for people to understand and to know, that was completely ignored by the mainstream media, was the IRS whistleblower testimony, guys.
And have supervised or investigated cases in more than a dozen United States Attorney's offices across the country. I have led, planned, or executed undercover operations or search warrants in more than a dozen countries. I have investigated and managed some of the largest cases in the history of the agency, recovering more than $3.5 billion for the United States taxpayer. In this country, we believe in the rule of law, and that applies to everyone. There should not be a two-track justice system depending on who you are and who you're connected to. Yet, in this case, there was. Based on my experience, I'm here to tell you that the Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office and Department of Justice handling the Hunter Biden tax investigation was very different from any other case in my 14 years at the IRS. At every stage, decisions were made that benefited the subject of this investigation. For example, prosecutors concealed contents of Hunter Biden's laptop from investigators. DOJ slow-walked steps to include interviews, serving document requests, and executing search warrants. Warrants that were ready as early as April of 2020, but were delayed until after the November 2020 election and never pursued. Investigators were not allowed to follow up on WhatsApp messages from Hunter Biden's Apple iCloud backup, where he suggested he was sitting next to his father. Assistant United States Attorney Leslie Wolf cited the optics of executing a search warrant at President Biden's residence as a deciding factor for not allowing it, even though she agreed that probable cause existed. Prosecutors instructed investigators not to ask about the big guy or dad when conducting interviews. The Biden transition team was tipped off about interviews the night before the investigation went over, a fact my FBI counterpart confirmed to this committee in recent testimony, where the result was that only one witness spoke to investigators that day. These are just some of the examples of how our investigation was stymied. I'm not here to support partisan agendas on either side. I'm here because our tax system relies on the American people having confidence it is administered fairly and equally for everyone, regardless of your last name or political connections. If the handling of this case was inappropriate, it doesn't matter whether it happened under a Republican or Democrat administration. Whether you agree with my concerns about the unethical slow walking and preferential treatment in this case, you can be sure that my testimony is true and correct to the best of my ability. I have never claimed to have evidence that Attorney General Garland knowingly lied to Congress. Whether Attorney General Garland knew his testimony was false is for you and the Inspector Generals to determine, not me. The same is true for United States Attorney Weiss's 3 letters to Congress since June 2023. It is for others to investigate and determine whether those letters contain knowingly false statements. They will have to admit that despite all their obfuscation, the absolute fact is that this case was presented to 2 presidentially appointed U.S. attorneys in D.C. and California. That no charges were brought in those districts tells you everything that you need to know.
I mean, not even a word of outrage from anybody on the other side of the aisle, on the left, from the mainstream media. It's like they don't care. It's almost like they too are complicit. So here were some of the key takeaways from this IRS whistleblower testimony. So the DOJ, nothing that they do these days is normal or right or should even be considered legal. So they're a bunch of frauds, phonies, and disgusting criminals. And it's about time people do something about it. And I'm just saying, I'm just saying, take back our country, anyone? Yeah, maybe. So, this was a great moment, for all, I think this is a collective, coming together moment. Joe Biden being heckled by, somebody as she was walking into an event. So let's look at this.
Your husband's the worst president we've ever had. You owe us gas money. You owe us gas money.
You owe us gas
money.
And then her coping. Thank you for the girl. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Why are you wearing that ugly ass dress again, girl? Okay. All right, guys. So that's great. What's not so great is the utter state of Los Angeles, as Joe Biden and other idiots in our government are more worried about sending more of our money to Ukraine for the head of the military and all of the corrupt politicians that reside in Ukraine, for them to spend and shovel up their nose or buy their daughter's $7 million mansions in France. Well, this is the state of Los Angeles, California, here in the US of A, okay? And that is probably copyrighted. So no music, guys. So as far as the eye can see, nothing but homeless crackheads. Is that a jar full of piss? What? Hello? These people are all strung out, probably. All, what? This is sad. This is absolutely sad. Okay, I can't play that music, but... what in the world? So, yeah, let's send more taxpayer dollars to Ukraine, guys. And let's just keep neglecting these people who obviously need help. Yeah, great job, guys. So, anyways. Okay. Another weird thing that was going on in Congress, was this lady right here, who I don't know what kind of drugs she was on, or I don't know what kind of weird lizard people shit was happening in this clip. We obviously know that the lizard people are out and about in full force, a la that motherfucker is not real clip lady on the plane. Last week we touched on her, and she saw a lizard person on the plane, hasn't been found since. I'm just saying, we haven't been able to locate her, and now we have this right here.
Matters first, I wanted to introduce into the record page
55
from the committee's interview.
Hello?
With FBI employees. Just have some administrative matters first. I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roya Demlow, who...
Oh my God.
First, I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with page 55 from the committee's interview which took place on July 17, 2023. In that...
Hello?
Which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, we're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden.
Okay, so yeah, what's going on? Maybe is Hunter Biden innocent? The cocaine White House? Was it her? What? Hello? This lady is freaking me out.
What I said, because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting.
And then this woman misspoke. Wait, let me take you back. Hang on one second.
They would be representing what I said.
You saw, guys, this woman, it's got to be autism, cocaine, and lizard behavior, because she misspoke, and this woman is mouthing the words to her speech, giving the speech. Who obviously this black woman didn't write it, because this white lady knows it by heart well enough that she is subconsciously mouthing it as this other lady is speaking, this other Democrat, and she gets so freaked out when she makes a mistake and says the wrong word that she gets up and whispers to her while she's giving a speech in front of Congress. This is wild. Let me just Okay.
Answer by Ms. Demlow. They would be representing what I said.
Look at her.
Because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that.
What is wrong with this woman? This is actually kind of terrifying. I mean, it's the stuff of nightmares right here. I mean, what? And okay, so what is the explanation for this? And okay, I'm just gonna move on because I'm actually scared. But I found this fascinating and I wanted to share it with you guys. And this looks like it actually was not even in like actual Congress. I'm not sure where this testimony took place, but it's in regards to autism, speaking of, and vaccination. So this was fascinating, and I want to show you guys this.
How many children or people are totally unvaccinated? Is that where do you find? Is it just the parents that stepped up and said? I would think that's a very small percentage because so many of us blindly followed, the recommendations to vaccinate children.
Yeah, it's less than 1% of the public. So the Amish are a perfect example of a large group of people who are largely unvaccinated. And there's we can't find an autistic kid who was unvaccinated. It's very, very rare in the Amish community, very, very rare. You won't find kids with ADD, with autoimmune disease, with PANDAPANS, with epilepsy. You just don't find any of these chronic diseases in the Amish. And the U.S. government has been studying the Amish for decades, but there's never been a report out to the public. The reason, of course, is it would show that, if you don't follow our guidelines, you're going to end up healthier. That's why there's no report after decades of studying the Amish. There's no report because the report would be devastating to the narrative. It would show that the CDC has been harming the public for decades and saying nothing and burying all the data.
Ooh, okay. Does he have a point, guys? I think he does. I think he does. I think he's right on target. You know what else the Amish doesn't have? An obese population that is substantial. Okay? Just a little food for thought there, guys. Question the narrative, okay? Question the reason why childhood vaccine schedules have increased by dozens and dozens of vaccines. It went from 12 childhood vaccines to now it's 72. So just ask yourself, why is that? Weird, odd behavior. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. So let's move on. We're gonna get into this here. Another sketchy shit the government is doing, guys. If you can believe it, they're up to more bad than good. So what do y'all think's happening in this video? Well, it's cloud seeding. Okay, so let's let this man tell you.
Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And
Seems
as
unhealthy.
it turns out, the cleanest.
The cleanest, really? Hey, girl. What is going on? Just spitting shit in the air.
The most amazing thing is that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor.
Is that right?
And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain.
Yeah, it will rain.
I told you. It's raining. That's unbelievable.
What a doofus. God only knows what's raining down on you. Yeah, let them tell you that it's hydrogen and oxygen, okay? Okay, buddy. Yeah. I hope you can, okay. Just be careful what you let rain down on you, because God only knows what kind of chemicals are being pumped out of that little machine that, I don't know. It doesn't look like anything that, should be allowed to be going on. Why are they creating their own clouds and, shooting materials into the sky, and then it rains, God only knows what chemicals on. Okay, so I'm just saying, I don't know, guys. Have y'all heard about cloud seeding? It's a real thing. They've been messing with the weather for years, okay? This is something that they can do, and it's something that's not talked about enough, and people just call it a crazy conspiracy, but, you know, you decide for yourself, and y'all let me know. What do y'all think? Is it real or not? But I'll tell you what I think it is. So, another thing that's actually very real and very terrifying is the current epidemic of illegal immigration that is going on across Western societies, and that is plaguing our cultures and our countries as a whole. And if we don't wake the F up and put a stop to it, this is going to be the future that we will have to look forward to, guys.
Naked on the street. Do I look naked? Do I really? I don't look naked.
You're trying to seduce.
No one's trying to seduce me, and I'm not trying to seduce anyone. You shouldn't judge me how I try not to judge you. Well, I don't judge you because I'm above that. Excuse me, go and put on some clothes. How you choose to live, how you choose to dress like that, I choose to dress like this. Don't start. No, this is my hometown as well. No, I'm walking. I am walking. No, I can do what I want. That girl's just. I don't mind. Point away.
They're naked on the street.
Do I look naked?
So, this is horrible. I mean, this is really. I feel like really bad for London and places in Europe. They're dealing with this because this is becoming a very, very real thing. The Muslims that are invading these places and then taking over, quite literally, doing demonstrations like this in their streets, and then this woman's attacking her, saying she looks naked in the street, and trying to impose their culture onto the local culture, wherever country that they move to. They don't want to assimilate, which is a huge issue. We've talked about this before on my channel, and this is one of the problems with illegal immigration, and immigration really in general. That the people that should, you allow into your country, you should be selective about that process, and you should only allow people to come into your country if they want to assimilate and if they want to be a part of that culture. It should not be allowed for people to import their own culture and try to change what's going on in your country, okay? Because this is what you get. This is what you get. These Muslims out here in the street, this woman who is head to toe in covering, in Islamic covering, including her face, telling this woman who is fully dressed with the ankle length dress on that she looks naked. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then these men step in, of course, which that's their culture. That's fine if that's what they want to do, and it actually is respectable in a lot of ways. But they do abhorrent things to their women, in their own countries. Y'all can keep that shit over there, is what I'm trying to say. I don't really care what y'all do. Just keep it over there, and don't come into our countries, invade our countries, and try to change them and make them into what you want them to be. And for people that don't know that this is what's going on, people that just think that it's so, nice, and it's so proper to import all these people because they're poor and they're just living in these terrible conditions. You're part of the fucking problem, and you need to take a look at this and ask yourself, is this the future that you want to see? Is this the future that you want to see right here? Okay,
How are you
more of this. Really?
It's a Christian country. It's a Christian country. Yes, it is. This is a Christian country.
You're jealous that we're taking over.
You're not taking over. Why are you taking over? How are you taking over?
Mate, we've got it, mate. We've got it.
You've got it. Is that what you think? You haven't got it. But you've got people scared. You don't have us scared. No. You think you can take over town and tell us that it's your country? You've taken over. Not for long. See this cross? This will prevail. This is the British town. I'll come here where I like. I'll walk where I like.
Hold on a minute.
Why is this so offensive?
Fuck you. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Wow.
It's a Christian country.
They are violent. They are absolutely, completely different in every single way as far as culture, traditions, the way that they speak to people, the way that they treat people. It's totally night and day. And hey, newsflash, guys, diversity is not our biggest strength, okay? It's not. It actually can be detrimental in many different ways. And when you mix people that don't want to mix, like these people here, they don't want to mix. They want to take over. Okay? They want to get rid of you. They want to put you in whatever that is, that burqa or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. That's what they want to do. They want to shut you up when you're walking down the streets of your country. Okay? And it's this makes me so mad because this is literally the future that we're looking at. And this is the present right here. This is actually in Chicago. Okay? We have a group of illegals, okay, who are demanding paid job training and housing in Chicago. Okay? Deport. Immediate deportation. Get your ass out of here and go work. We need safe living conditions? Ma'am, get the fuck out of this country. Absolutely, absolutely disgusting. We need safe food and water. Guess what? That's not my problem. That is not anyone in this country's problem. You came here. You chose this. Okay? Make do for yourself. Just like every other illegal. Go stand in front of Home Depot with these stupid signs. Okay? Because guess what? If I was in this building, I would have something to say to you people. Because the nerve for you to come here illegally and demand our resources, demand that American taxpayers pay your way? How dare you people? I mean, how dare you? You provide... Wait, what is this? I'm sorry. Was this a threat? Did you just threaten me? Hang on. You promised us safe living condition, but our rights have been violated. Who promised you that, sir? Who promised you that? Because go to hell. Straight to hell and straight to jail, and then you can get deported back to your home country where you don't get shit. If you were standing in your home country, wherever you're from, sir, I guarantee you they wouldn't treat you as kindly as you're being treated right now with this stupid sign that you don't even write because you probably don't even speak English. These people have a nerve. They really do. And they've struck a nerve with me. And I think this is the reason why we need mass deportations. Like, almost all of them need to go, literally. And I don't even care anymore. So, another very disgusting and sad sight to see right here, guys. These are a bunch of women, okay? I just want to say that these are all a bunch of women, okay? And you can tell because they all have disgusting chest scars from where they have been, their breasts have been removed, okay? And this is, I'm sorry to show this explicit content because these are real women breasts, but I just thought it was important. Shush, music, please. I mean, these are all women, okay? Woman, 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 woman. Okay, every single last one of them. So that's what's going on, guys. So we're now into our, obviously Pride section of the Weird News Weekly. It's always a big one. So let's get on to the next video here. This was a good one right here, guys. This woman lost her ever-loving shit, okay? Melted down over being called a she.
Do you understand gender, you fuck?
No, we don't.
Yeah, call the police on gender normativity. Thank you, prick. Are you manager? Obviously not. You lied about that.
That is my man.
Lie.
Girl, get out.
Who calls the police? I'm fucking
I'm calling.
I don't know a man that acts like that.
Leave.
So, what is your gender? Hey, lady. Hey, sassy lady. Where that butt going? Fucking shitty lady. Come here, little girl. I'm gonna shit all over that little girl. You fucking whore.
Girl, hello? And see, people that do this, I think that's so funny. You know, they think they're like, oh, you're misgendering me? Well, guess what? I'm going to misgender you right back. Normal people don't care about that because we're not psychos, okay? So you doing a thing, you're doing your little bit, that doesn't work on anybody, ma'am, lady, sweetie.
You fucking whore.
Get out of here. Oh?
Shit!
Oh my god. Hello?
He just assaulted me too. He's just assaulted me too.
Assault you, bitch! You assault you, bitch!
Hello?
You assault you, fucking bitch, nigga! Fucking shitter! You got shitter? Am I assaulting you right now?
Hello?
Am I assaulting you right now? Am I assaulting you right now?
I'm small, obviously. I'm like,
Did she just call him the N-word? Oh my god. Hello?
You got a good video?
Yeah.
There's so much gendering her. How dare you? Yeah, go after her. Start a fight. Look at her. Look at her. What an idiot. Stupid bitch. Oh my god, girl, please get back on the bus wherever you came from. Just go back on the bus and go back home, take your fucking SSRIs, because you obviously got issues. So, yeah, guys, that's what we're dealing with here. Mental illness is real, and it's real for a lot of people out here, guys, as evidenced by this person. Okay?
Okay, so to answer your question, if I was born female, unless I had keyhole top surgery, I would have incision lines here and here to resemble top surgery, which, as you can tell, I don't have that. Not at all. So, to answer your question, I was born male. I want to stay male presenting. So the way you see me right now is the way I'm staying. Pronouns are they, them, but I'm masculine presenting.
So fake.
So like I said, born male. I want to stay male, but all I wanted between my legs was female anatomy.
Jesus.
Well, that's what I have now. I have a vagina between my legs now.
No, you don't.
But I'm still male.
No.
So literally the whole time, all I wanted was to be a guy with a vagina, and now that's literally what I am.
It's literally not even close to what you are. You're a person with a mental illness and now an open wound between their legs who inverted their own penis, okay? I will pray for you. I will pray for you. I don't even know. This person might be an absolute liar. They might, whatever the word salad he just said that was, basically equating to mental illness. I mean, just pray for this person, because this is the type of people that we're living amongst, guys. And here's another man trying to mansplain a thing to us, okay? And the irony of this video is truly astonishing, okay? This guy here, he goes viral on Twitter all the time. He, grifted as a conservative for, maybe a week, and then, basically just completely did a 180 all over again and became against conservatives. And so here he's talking about angry gay men, okay? They usually live in resentment of trans women. So just try to see if you can catch the irony of this entire spiel that this guy's about to say in this whole entire video.
As a trans woman, especially on Twitter, I have a lot of gay men that are a part of the whole LGB without the T community, which basically just means they don't believe trans people should exist and they're gay conservatives. Now, I'm not saying, when I say this, I'm not saying this is all gay men. I want to make that very clear.
Oh, really?
But some gay men have what I would call a fetish for straight men. They have a strong attraction to straight men, and it's the tale.
So, some gay men have a strong fetish for straight men.
Bruh.
So, are you talking about you? Are you talking about yourself? You, a man who did all of these surgeries and took all of these pills to try to look like a woman so you could fuck a man? Are you talking about you? Because I think you're confused. And I think the irony is just going straight over your head. You're trying to make a point, but you're not understanding that you're the point that you're making. It's actually kind of funny. This whole video just gave me a whole entire belly laugh, because as he's trying to, own the gays for, being jealous of trans women who are just other men, it's like you're talking about yourself, dude.
As old as time, you want what you can't have, right?
Right. You want what you can't have. Exactly right. You want what you can't have. You want to be a woman, but you're a man.
So I think a lot of these men, these gay men that have issues with people like me, it's out of jealousy and resentment, because to them, because they're conservative, they don't see us as women. They
Which you're
don't view
not.
trans women as women
You're
or a
not.
type of woman.
And you're not.
They view us like themselves.
Which
and
you are.
because they view us as gay men,
And you are.
they view what we do, how we live our lives and quote unquote our lifestyle as a fetish.
Oh, you do?
So I could see why I have so many angry gay men in my replies telling me I'm a man, telling me that, I need to go back to who I was originally because they are jealous. They can't get the straight guys that they desire.
Oh, really?
And I feel bad for them. I think it's like a coping mechanism for them.
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, sir, the funny thing is that, like, if a man is, if what you would call a straight man is entertaining a gay man or even a man pretending to be a woman like yourself, I got a newsflasher for you. Then he's not straight. He's not a straight man. He's a gay man who's either masquerading or pretending or living on the down low. So I know you're not very smart because you just made a whole entire video that was so idiotic and so beyond the pale of like self-awareness that obviously you can't comprehend that. But I'm here to tell you, my guy, you're an idiot, okay? And nobody's jealous of you. Nobody's jealous that you cut off your wiener and inverted it to make an open cavernous wound. Okay, nobody wants that. Nobody wants it. Okay, please keep it to yourself. So this person here had the audacity to open up his mouth to say the following, guys. And this is another man who is trying to mansplain to women about how, what we're like, our periods don't belong to women? What?
When the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood.
Okay.
You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like,
Stupid.
And you experience neither. So yes, we absolutely can gatekeep it, and we do, and we will continue to do so. Because men can't get into these gates, honey. Men belong on the man's side of the gate, okay? You are over there. You can put on a wig and some lipstick, but however much lipstick you put on a pig, he's still a pig, Mr. Man. Mr. Manly. So you don't get a period. I'm sorry. As much as you want one, as much as you want to have your uterus contract and to bleed out of your lady parts every month, sorry, you have a wiener. So go back to coping and crying some more because you could never. Sorry. Yes, we're gatekeeping. Yes, we can. Yes, we will. Yes, we do. So thanks for playing. Here's another psychotic leftist. We're almost done with this section, guys. I'm trying to breeze through it because these people make me sick. But here's one last clip, guys, for us to go ahead and watch. So this person, I don't even know what's going on here, but I don't like it. But this says Riley's gender reveal. So let's see.
Hey, Riley. Mommy has a question for you. Jeez. People keep asking, and so I thought maybe you could answer instead of Mom. Don't
CPS?
squeeze your foot then.
CPS?
Okay.
Hello?
So here's the question. Are you ready? Are you ready, Riley? Are you a boy or a girl? Are you a girl or a boy? Yes. What is Riley? What are you? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah?
Oh
Are you a boy?
This is sick.
Are you a girl? Yeah? Are you both? Both? Okay, that's fine.
She's the worst. She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible.
Child abuse and mental illness. Where is CPS in all of this? Please, please, somebody come get this child, okay? And she identifies as a man. Okay, you know what? I gotta move on because this is so gross. So, this lady right here, she's not she's not part of the LGBT mafia, but she is just as detrimental to women and to society as anyone else that we've seen so far in this video. So this is the new Snow White, who is actually I think a Hispanic person. I don't really know. I know she's not a white lady and she's not Snow White. So she had some words about how she was going to modernize this particular film, which is going to tank as soon as it's released. They've already got all this bad press concerning all of the woke bullshit that they have injected into this film.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it.
It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by.
You wrote something? You wrote? I'm sorry, what did you write?
The prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Oh my
and the
God.
leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was
my
fearless,
God.
fair, brave, and true.
You said.
First of all, go make me a sandwich. Just stop. Just stop. She's not going to be dreaming about the prince or true love. Oh, she's going to be dreaming about the leader. First of all, ma'am, no. Just no. You are part of the reason why our society is crumbling, okay? You and your mentality, who thinks that, like, what, a man coming to rescue you? I'm sorry, but the story goes, there is actually, a story that is Snow White, that it comes from a fable. And in that story, it says very explicitly that the only thing that can save her is true love's kiss, okay? So what's going to come rescue her then if it's not a man? What, it's the leadership role that she was born to be is going to come and kiss her on the lips and make her a CEO of a fucking company? Get a grip. Get a grip. Feminists, get a grip, please. Y'all are doing damage. You're doing damage. And if you would just wake up and realize that this is not it, okay? There's nothing wrong with being, in a relationship with a man who is a leader and takes the leadership role and you take the submissive role. That is actually the natural order of things, okay? And there's nothing wrong with a man coming to rescue you. It's not... it's not Snow White. Y'all wanted to make a story about, a feminist that didn't need no man and was just born to be a CEO of a company, then go make that movie. Stop trying to call it Snow White. Stop trying to remake all of these things into something that they're not and calling it the same, because it's just trash and nobody wants it. That's why Disney is failing so bad. So try to get that around your head. Okay, so let's move on, guys. We're into one of my favorite parts of the video here, where we get into the climate activists, okay, and them getting their just due. It is so refreshing to see these people get the pushback that they deserve and to finally get dragged out of the streets like the animals that they are, because they make me sick. So let's look at a couple of these guys, because y'all know it's my guilty pleasure to see a climate activist roughed up a little. They want to make everyone else's lives miserable. Ooh! You better get out the fuck out the way. And look, he just sits there. Don't move. He even moves his foot back. You asked for this, sir. You see this man is not messing around with you, okay? You see that he's not playing. And you still want to sit there like the dumbass. So let's see what he gets. Oh my God.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Well, that's what happens. Sorry to tell you, but if you sit in the street, guess what? Cars are on the street. Guess who's bigger? Guess who's more powerful? Not you. So this is the price, guys. This is the price that you pay. And here's another climate activist being an absolute buffoon. And it's always like 3 people that do this. It's always just 2 or 3 people in the road. So they can be overcome. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hiya! Oh my God. So funny. That was the first one I actually seen, though, like, get up and actually try to, like, do something. They're normally just, like, very, like, flaccid, just, you can kind of like do whatever you want to them and they just like never retaliate or do any fighting back. But he actually got up and tried to do like a karate move, so, you know, whatever. At least he's got, you know, at least he's got some fight in him. But like, take your fight somewhere else, sir. Even if you want to have this like cause, if you want to like be a tree hugging climate activist, just get out of the roadways. You enrage people with this shit and you turn people off to your cause. And I just want you all to know that if you are one of these people, you are very despised, okay? And you are one of the biggest causes of societal decay, because you cannot impede on other people's lives like this just because it's something that you believe in, okay? You need to like garner some like support behind your cause and then, you know, work your way through the system like everyone else does, or else get run over like that last man did. So anyways, guys, let's look at this last couple of videos and then we'll get on out of here. This was a good one. This is just a little PSA for all of you out there who are interested in, you know, the Matrix and getting out of the poisonous toxicities that are permeating our society as a whole. So let's take a look at what this man has to say.
Stop cooking in non-stick pots. They're made with Teflon. Teflon is banned in all of Europe. Teflon releases over 48 different chemicals in your food. Heavy metals lodged up in your brain causing dementia and memory loss and Alzheimer. Do you know that dementia and Alzheimer and memory loss is only caused by aluminum? Without aluminum, such disease does not exist. Now, where does the aluminum come from? Come from your deodorant. It comes from the aluminum pots that you're cooking with, and it comes from those fucking non-stick pots that you keep cooking with. I see on the commercial they're talking about, oh, non-stick pots. Oh, it's not gonna stick. Ah, y'all niggas like dumbasses running out there buying that shit. The only pots you should be cooking with is copper pots, stainless steel pots, cast iron pots, glass pots, or ceramic pots. Again, only pots.
Thank you, sir. God bless you for your service. We appreciate you. So, yeah, guys, this is just another thing, you know. We live and we learn, and we have to understand what it is that is poisoning us, because if the FDA doesn't want to do their job and they're actually working against what they're supposed to be doing, it's not only are they not doing their job, they're actively working against the people of America. So you have to be aware, and this is just a little awareness that I found to be enlightening, that, you know, was on social media. So I wanted to bring it to you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. So, yeah, guys, so there's one more thing, and then we'll jump on out of here. And this is it right here. Just thought it was important to show y'all this. So let's take a look. Oh, I have to pause that music, but just look at the moves. Just look at the moves. Okay. Yes, girl. Okay. So, would you or would you not? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate this little hottie right here. So, what do you think, guys? Y'all let me know in the comments down below, please. I really appreciate y'all being here with me today. And please like the video if you like it, and subscribe to the channel. As always, I would very much appreciate that from you guys. And follow me on Twitter. As I always say, if you guys want to see what's coming up for next week, you gotta be following me on Twitter. And until next time, guys, y'all take it easy and stay safe. I will see y'all later. Bye.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.